Welcome back, YouTube. Thanks for joining us. We got Bob Seger on the channel again. Part 2 from Bob Seger. We did Turn the Page, which was the first one.
Yes.
And you quite enjoyed that one.
Yeah, it was fun. I liked that one.
You were really into it, and you guys jumped over all over that video. And you were like, how do you guys not know who Bob Seger is? He's a legend, bro. He's like, you know, he's the folklore of music. And unfortunately, we have broadened our musical horizons, but we hadn't got to Bob Seger yet. Now we know who he is.
He's on our radar.
Yes, and it was great. Like I said, you really enjoyed it. I enjoyed it. It was a cool song from him, but it was much more toned down, I think you guys were saying in the comments. It was less rock than maybe some of his other songs. And you guys were saying, well, he then go with old-time rock and roll.
Yeah.
And that's why we're here. But thank you so much, guys, for all the support, as usual.
Yeah, thanks for all the likes, the comments, the subscriptions, sharing all of the information with us on those comments so we can learn about Bob Seger and continue our journey with him.
Yeah, it's always appreciated because you guys give us great guidance.
Yes.
And so we got a quick question for you in light of Bob Seger.
Fun trivia.
Because we're learning about him, but we want to see how true you guys are of
Yeah,
fans.
if you guys know all the facts.
Yeah. So the question that we have is, what commercial was this song featured in and that Bob Seger was not over the moon about?
Yeah, he wasn't too happy about this.
So it was featured in a commercial.
I think he actually said it was awful.
Yes. So if you guys know the answer to that, keep it in your head, and we'll tell you the answer at the end of the video. So stay tuned for that. But I'm excited to check it a little bit more. Bob Seger, because he was great in the first one, but you guys are hyping him up real hard in those comments. You're saying, Bob Seger, bro, you got to get some more. They even said, they're like, he's got no bad songs.
That's a really bold claim there.
Yeah.
So.
Yeah. So let's see if that's true by getting into some old time rock and roll. They did say that we may recognize this one because it's one of his more popular songs.
Okay.
So they also said
Boots.
You're liking the Boots?
Yeah.
What about the car?
Yeah. I don't know.
Actually, the car looks kind of beat up a little bit. Anyways, they were saying that, you know, we may recognize this one, and he's had songs in movies and commercials and stuff like that. So we'll see if we do recognize it.
Cool.
Let's go.
Just take those old records off the shelf. I sit and listen to them by myself. Today's music ain't got the same soul.
Definitely more
I
rocky.
like that old time of rock and roll. Don't try to take me to a disco. You'll never even get me out on the floor. In 10 minutes I'll be late for the door. I like that old time of rock and roll.
That vocal.
Still like that old time of rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time of rock and roll. Won't go to hear 'em play a tango. I'd rather hear some blues or funky old soul. There's only one sure way to get me to go. Stop playing old time rock and roll. Call me a relic, call me what you will.
So clearly you recognize this much more than I do.
Yeah, I recognize this for sure, but mostly just the chorus. I don't really know the like verses in between, and I've definitely never like really tried to soak it all in. Like, you know, like actually listen to his vocal or the instrumentation.
Yeah.
But I definitely recognize that chorus.
Yeah, I recognize some of it for sure. A little bit of the melody and, like you said, that old time rock and roll chorus aspect.
I don't even know where those words came from. I was just like, I know these.
Yeah, I think you guys had mentioned when I was looking in those comments, you said something about risky business. So I think maybe this might have been featured in that film.
Yeah.
Which was a Tom Cruise film. I don't really remember that movie. I'm not sure if I watched it, but I think it was one of the scene was like Tom Cruise dancing around in his underwear, basically. So given that Tom Cruise is a superstar at the time, that was a big deal. So,
yes.
you know, maybe that's, you get that visual and that clip and that the audio of Bob Seger in there. So maybe that's where it's from. I'm not sure. I do remember, like you said in those comments, you were saying that it was part of Risky Business, but I don't, like you said, recognize the lyrics at all.
Not like just that little piece that I was thinking,
which is kind of cool, because he's basically saying it's either rock and roll or nothing.
Yeah.
You got to give me that. I'm not into the disco stuff, man. It's got to be rock and roll.
Love it.
And you seem like you're vibing out to it. You're enjoying it.
It's really fun.
This is like part 2 from Bob Seger, so you're...
Yeah, I'm a fan so far. 2 thumbs up so far from me.
I think, I thought you would like his vocal on this one, because you like that kind of, raspy, like masculine voice. Yeah,
his vocal sounds great.
You seem to set in with those artists pretty well, and I think he's got a great, it's a really nice mix between like a blues rock vocal. It's really rocky, but a really bluesy feel at the same time.
I would agree with that. Yeah, and I like the tempo. Like, it's upbeat, it's fun.
Well, I'm saying more his vocal.
No, I know, but I'm just saying the song in
general. Song you're saying is upbeat, but I was just talking about his vocal. Anyways, let's keep it going. It's not a long song, so we'll let it roll out and jam out. Sam can get her chair dance on.
Call me a relic, call me what you will. Say I'm old fashioned, say I'm over the hill. Today's music ain't got the same soul. I like that old time of rock and roll. Still like that old time of rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time of rock and roll. Oh.
Hold on, you got to recorrect yourself there. You're doing the trumpet for it. That
I'm doing like a saxophone when they do that solo.
That looked like a trumpet to me. So I had to make sure. We'll go back. We won't ruin that saxophone.
When they do like a.
Reminisce about the days of old with that old time of rock and roll. Oh. Still like that old time of rock and roll.
Real short and sweet.
That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time of rock and roll. Still like that old time of rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time of rock and roll. Still like that old time of rock and roll. That kind of music just soothes my soul. I reminisce about the days of old with that old time of rock and roll. Still like that old time of rock and roll.
Great song.
Crushed it, Bob.
Even though it was a short song, there was a lot of instrumentation in there. You know? Like they packed a lot in. Like the sax solo was really short, but they threw it in there just to give you a little
really
switch
cool.
up for a second. They had the piano, guitar work in there, right? So lots of backup vocals. And the sound of it's interesting. I mentioned his vocal is like kind of rock blues mix, but I even thought, like, the more I listened to it and we got into it further, that the song does kind of have that feel as well.
Yeah, especially once they brought in the saxophone, I feel like.
Yeah, the saxophone, even the piano, the way they've got the feel kind of remind me a little bit of some of the Elvis songs that we'd listened to, the instrumentation side of things.
Yeah.
A little more of that classic feel, which
old time.
That's what I was going to say. The old time rock and roll. I wonder if that's what they were going for. Kind of like how things have progressed musically, right, from where we've been to where we are today, from his point of view, right? Because when he's making this song, he's kind of going on the heels of everybody he's listened to. So I wonder what his
a little bit.
I wonder what his influences were. Maybe you guys can tell us in those comments. What
who he liked to listen to.
So which one did you like better? I mean, if you had to pick, and I'm going to put you on the spot between the first one and the second one. The first one was like acoustic vibe, a live setting. This one is the studio. upbeat, what would you pick so far between the two?
I don't know.
If you had to say Bob Seger, I like this Bob Seger.
I think I like this one. I mean, they were both really good, but I think I like this one because I think for me, like I really like fun, kind of playful, upbeat kind of songs. Plus, I feel like you said, right, like his vocal was great in both of them, but I feel like in this one also, it just kind of sat in with that style that I've been really enjoying lately a little bit more. And it's just, I like to get my chair dance on. So what about you?
I'm going to go the opposite. I'm going to say I like the first one, but I like this one a lot. But I like the reason why I'll pick the first one is that I felt like I was so engaged throughout and through his storytelling and the clarity of his vocal and everything. I was like, what are you going to say next? Where are we going with the story? What are you talking about?
Yeah.
Right?
He's obviously very talented in general. I think we had read though, when we were just trying to like get familiar with him a little bit before the song, that they said that this is his favorite. This might be his favorite
One
song.
of his favorites. Yeah, for sure.
Me and him are on the same
But you know
page.
what wasn't his favorite?
Oh yeah. What commercial was it?
The quiz here that we gave you in the beginning. And the question was, what commercial was this featured in?
Yeah.
And the answer to that question is
Hardee's.
It was a Hardee's commercial.
Which is a restaurant.
And the reason why this happened is because he actually didn't take hold of any writer's rights. So he didn't claim that he wrote the song, but he then came out later and said, yeah, you know what, there was a couple of bars in it that I didn't change. The rest I rewrote it. So I actually should have been given credit for writing the song. But in not taking any credit, he didn't have any copyright. And therefore they decided to put it in that Hardee's commercial. And
he was like, oh no.
Not too happy about that. So it was in a Hardee's commercial. So if you got that right, congrats. You get to win applause from us. And if you want to, check us out going forward and get some more trivia questions, then you can hit the subscribe button, leave us a comment, and hit that like button if you did enjoy this video. We appreciate that. And it also helps with your algorithm giving you the stuff that you want.
And don't forget to hit that notification bell so you don't miss another video.
That's right. So that's it from us today. We'll be back tomorrow with another one. Hopefully we see you then.
Bye guys. Thanks for watching.